disconnecting from the moon and the fake sun part 2. So as I said, in that disconnection, what I've noticed is ailments and things in my body manifesting that I went through now more than 6 months ago. And it's like, what the fuck? Because I don't have the emotional thing attached to it, right?
Yeah.
So today I got this whole fucking barrage of shit on clones. And of course I opened up something someone sent me, and this fucker's a clone talking about the cloning factory. You know, it's like insane. So when in my ride, I went in and had a look at not so much clones, but anything my DNA was running that I'm not sovereign in. And I was pulling the life force again. And it's like I felt so much better. I had all these weird emotional drifts coming by. And I was like, no, not plugging into that. But, I mean, I have found right now your mental game better be on. Like, you better be able to control your random thoughts. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you have to dig deep and hold strong and really reinforce that connection within. So you know your shit and what's not your shit. Because the shit's
It's fucking flying.
flying, darling, flying. So tell me
Yeah.
about your experience with the sun and
With
moon.
the moon?
Yeah. Well, whatever you're doing.
Well, actually, it's funny. I haven't been feeling well like the last 24 hours. And it's been this weird, not quite sick, but kind of getting sick and lethargy, and it's an odd thing, right? Normally, when I get sick, bang.
But you
I'm
had that
out.
about 6 months ago.
Yeah, I had this. Yeah, it's about 6 months ago, right? When you said that, I was like, hold on, this is like the similar thing. I was like, about 6 months ago, I had the same feelings of just this. I couldn't get well, but I wasn't like proper sick.
Now, what was that when we ended up clearing it? What was that? I can't even remember. You know what I mean?
I can't even remember either, but I remember it was one day it was gone,
Yeah.
and that was it, never to return.
Camille's started to that one.
I know. Well, so I checked on in, right, and I was like, is this? I breath tested. Is this the result from my disconnecting from the moon? Did I not do it fully? And it went as a yes. So it's a part of disconnecting from the moon. It was immediately a deep breath. And when I started to clear whatever this bullshit is, I started to see the mirror thing that the moon does.
Wow.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And it actually shocked me. You know how it kind of reflects back to you.
Were you expecting it?
Is it? No, I don't think so.
See, I've heard all about the mirror tech. I've heard all about it, but I've never actually felt it until then. Do you know what I mean? Like, I've never felt the visceral experience of mirror technology or the mirroring, and it's a fucking mind blow.
Yeah.
Because you realise not only is it like not your shit, but it's such an illusion.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It doesn't have substance. Sorry.
Well, my experience of this whole mirror thing was instantly like, okay, this is a controlled thing. This isn't just, me exhausting my body. And it seemed to be, it seemed like almost like two mirrors. It was weird. I can't even describe it because it was so instantaneous. But it was like...
It might have been a cachet of mirrors. Might have been more than one, but you could only focus on one at one time,
Well, I saw two of them, and they had the same sort of imprint of this sickness that I've got. And I don't know if it was like from ages ago, or I don't know how the fuck it works, but I just knew in that moment that it wasn't, that this is manipulated. So I was clearing it whilst...
So for me, again, this morning when I went in, I could feel some more, well, not some more, but some left of that mercurial connector, but definitely a lot less.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
I felt that too, because I thought that I'd cleared it when I played with it last time, and so when I think
it's going to be a little bit of a multi-layer upon layer upon layer.
I think so too.
Bitches. I think it's going to be eventful.
But I could feel how when I really felt into it and dropped all the words again, when I clear shit, I know.
I'm just doing it because it's like, yeah.
I know.
Doesn't matter. You're doing it. That's the main thing.
Yeah. It started to lift on a different way, but then I could feel the fight, the resistance to let go or not being let go of. It was this odd thing. It was like the very core of myself.
What was
like
not letting go? You or the thing had entanglements that wouldn't let it go?
It felt like both. It felt like more, because I thought, why the fuck wouldn't I want to let this go? I mean, seriously, right? So it can't be me. But it must
Where do I begin? I know.
But it's like, yeah, it was interesting this morning. I want to go for another ride with it because I went and wrote about it yesterday, but I just couldn't do it. I just couldn't connect. I think I was just, maybe my focus was different or whatever.
You've got to really pull it out. You've got to really not stay there and just balls to bone it and have some kind of, this is where I like that command, full throttle. You know what I mean? The idea that when you're set and you're flying, put it inside you, lock it in, Eddie, so you can recall it at times like that. And it's a good place to start. You know? But, and what about the fake sun? How's that been going? Or you haven't got to that one yet?
No. I got to the fake sun ages ago when I started writing to, when I started shifting with the moon and the sun when it all came up. What I got from the sun was very different from the moon. Like with the moon, I felt that Mercury, this weird webbing that came from, the silver webbing that came from the moon that kind of held everything together. But then with the sun stuff, it felt like like you said, like an emanation. It just felt like these fluffy, vibrant, weird, cloudy things within my body that just radiated. It was a very different experience from that.
It was different from the moon, for sure.
Yeah. But what was really presented to me in that particular ride was that I could really see how they've blanketed the whole world with it. How they've really it's like beaten down on the global population from that sun. Like how locked in everyone is with it. That's what I saw. And it was a bit of a shock to see how much of an impression that makes on the psyche of the world.